Hi guys, I'm super excited to bring you guys this review. I don't do many one product reviews, but this one definitely deserves a review. I'm gonna tell you all about the Cover FX custom cover drops. This is what they look like. I have had mine for definitely a few weeks, maybe a month. Anyway, I have enough information to give you in-depth review and everything else you need to know. So first off, what is it, Candice? Okay, well, I'll tell you. These Cover FX custom cover drops. I don't want to call it a foundation, but if you had to store it somewhere in your makeup collection, let's store it with the foundations. What this is pure pigment that comes in a variety of shades. I think it comes in over 30 shades. Comes in a variety of shades of your skin tone. And what you do with these drops is you drop them literally into a base of your choice, where it be a moisturizer or a primer or your sunscreen, some people have done. And it transforms that base product that you used into your foundation. And this, I don't know any other company that's come out with this. I think this is ingenious. I think it's awesome. Great idea. So I'm in the shade in 100, and this definitely is a pretty good match for me. Definitely a good match. If I get a tan, it may not, or you know. But anyway, this retails for $44 at Sephora. I know you're like, Candice, $44. We know expensive foundations, but it's not a foundation. It is drops, in my opinion. If you use the amount of drops that you use with this to get your coverage, if you use that amount in another foundation, you're not going to cover your face. You're not going to get it. You use much more foundation than you would these drops. So kind of balances out. $44 is a lot, but I definitely think it's worth it. And like I said, retail at Sephora. You can get it online, the Sephora website or the Cover FX website. Again, this is pure pigment. That's what pigments, use that term loosely, because, yeah. So you can't use this directly on your face. You need a base, a medium of your choice to mix this with. These cannot go straight onto your face because it's too much. It's too, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I like to use mine with a primer. I have tried them with moisturizers and I've tried it with primers. It worked the best for me with a primer. And what they tell you to do is you have your amount of primer, your amount of moisturizer, whatever you're using as your base, which I like. Again, I like to use my primer. You put just the same amount, maybe a teeny bit more, depending on you, what you would put on your face anyway, as far as your moisturizer or primer goes. When I use my primer, I use a teeny bit more of what I would use if I was just putting it on, because when I just put my primer on, I put it on my T-zone, but when I'm using this, I'm putting it all over my face, so I need a little bit more. But if you already put your product all over your face anyway, use that same amount. You don't need any extra or to overcompensate or whatever. So what you do is you have that base, you put it on the back of your hand, on a little palette, what have you, and you drop. They recommend on the box and on the website, you have one drop for very sheer coverage, meaning not even tinted moisturizer, just enough to even out your skin tone. 2 drops is going to give you light coverage, meaning tinted moisturizer, BB creams type of situation. 3 drops is going to give you medium coverage, meaning, you know, usually standard foundations, your favorite foundation, you guys know medium coverage. And 4 is the full coverage, or they say maximum. I said sometimes. They say maximum coverage. Me personally, I do the 4 drops. I have used it 2 drops on a light day, and it works fine, but I like a full coverage situation. There have been a few times, as you will see, where I use the 4 drops and it gives me definitely full coverage. I'm wearing this foundation today. Well, the drops today. What else can I tell you? I cheated and used 5 drops and it was like, whoa, buddy, super maximum coverage. But I guess it depends on you. They don't say like, do not use more than such and such a drops. That's completely up to you. So I will go ahead and shoot to a demo. I did my makeup this morning and I'll just show you how I did it. I'm going to shoot to that demo, and then when I come back, I will tell you what I thought about it. Okay, so for this demo, well, I'm actually doing my makeup, but we're going to use the Cover FX drops. Duh. And I'm in the shade in 100. And for my base for this, I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. This is how I work the situation. So put as much primer as you would usually use on your face. Don't overdo it. You don't want to extra dilute the makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and go about right. It's good. That's more than enough. And then you take your cover drops and you shake them up. And I already have my moisturizers on. If you want to add another primer, I usually don't with this. I'll spray a little bit of my primer spray on my face. But I don't add another solid primer because primer's in the foundation. So make sure you shake, 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 shake. And use your squeeze. I like we're going to go full coverage, maximum coverage with this. I use 4, sometimes I sneak 5 drops in. But this is what you do. That looks good. That's pretty much all you need. That's all you need. Let me get this back in the bottle. Okay? So then, oh, sorry. So then we take our finger and I just simply mix the two together. And you can see it mixing. It's looking like a foundation. It's not diluting. I mean, the primer, even though it's white, it's not diluting the shade of the foundation to make it look lighter, or it's not going to match my skin. So I go ahead and I place this all over my face. Now this may be too much for some people, but again, I like a maximum coverage face. Again, you can, one thing about it is you can change it up, moisturizer, primer, and you can figure out exactly how much of what works for you, okay? And I'm out of wipes. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in with my Real Techniques buffing brush. You can use a sponge, you can use whatever you would use. Well, I would use my hands with the primer, but whatever you use to do your foundation, beauty blender, whatever works. And this is definitely excellent coverage. Now, by being summertime, again, matte is really, really serious because you, y'all know, we oil, sweat. But again, this works. I've used the moisturizers. I've used, the matte primer is definitely my favorite though. It's definitely my favorite because the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer is very good anyway, and it doesn't move, and so therefore this foundation doesn't move when I use that primer. And I go ahead and I do my concealer and I do everything else as normal. So as you can see from the demo, I use it with my primer and it gives me a definitely, I don't want to say flawless, but flawless matte face. Okay, so let's look at my face right now. It is, I want to say 90 degrees outside. Sun is beaming, humidity is up. It is hot. And it is about, I don't remember what time I put it on. But anyway, by this time, I will be very oily and very slick. My nose has the slightest amount of shine. I didn't put a lot of concealer or, like, I didn't do my highlight routine. I really wanted you guys to see this. I did put some concealer, a little bit of skin tone under my eyes, and I set with a little bit of powder, but I didn't set my whole face with the powder. That's what I wanted to show you, because I usually set my entire face. I did not put a powder on my face today. I mean, like I said, under eye, but that was it. I did not do anything. Just the cover drops and the Rimmel Stay Matte situation. Look at my face. You're talking about, like I said, I have a little shine here. I don't see any oil, any It is the bomb. I have used this super hot days, super windy days. I am very impressed. And I know it's not just the drops, but it is the combination with the primer. Now, the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer is an excellent primer. I've used this primer under foundations before, and it helps prolong, it helps me stay matte, but not this matte, not this long. So I think these two together are a good power situation, because there's not really any extra goodies in this like a foundation has. It's literally just the pigment. You're getting the finish of whatever you use. So if this is matte, it's matte, not just, you know, a matte primer and then you put on another type of foundation over top. No, it is this, which is, I think that's why it works so well. So I think that's all I can tell you. That is my review on it. Also, I can give you a couple tips. I wouldn't do more than 5 drops. I know they say 4, they never mention 5. 5 is giving me maximum coverage, but I still don't look exactly cakey. I think anything over that also depends on how big your face is and how much of your base product you're using. But I don't see anyone going more than 5 drops, because this stuff is very pigmented, very potent. I can show you a drop on the back of my hand just of the pigment. It's very pigmented. It's there. So I wouldn't do too many. Also, with the base products that you pick, try to pick something that's white or a little bit on the clearer side of things. There's one exception to that. So like if you're doing like a primer or a moisturizer, some primers are like green, you know, the green correcting or the yellowish. They don't work. I mean, they work as well, but remember, you're turning something into a foundation. So just think about that color scheme when you're picking your base. I like to use the Rimmel Stay Matte, which is white, or my moisturizer, which is on the clearish white side. So you may want to do that. Also, these are great to adjust an already existing foundation. If your foundation is too light or too dark, you buy these in your shade, and that will definitely adjust, and that'll help you in the winter or summer months if you want to get 2 bottles, different colors. I think it is great to adjust any of your face products in your collection, because it's not going to mess up the texture of that product. It's just going to, you know, change the shade of it. So I think that is it. I said that already, but let me know what you think. If you have any questions about this product, leave them down below. Like I said, I definitely love it, and I definitely will purchase more or another one. But I'm not going to run out of this anytime soon. If I was rich, I would buy all of them for my kit. That way I could customize every client's foundation. Wouldn't that be great? Life doesn't work that way. But anyway, I love you all, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.